Another Monarch Bay home quietly changed hands before ever hitting the market, and spring demand is definitely picking up here in the beach cities. This week, we have a Fed meeting that could set the direction of mortgage rates through the end of the summer. This week's high sale of the week was 117 Monarch Bay. It was a beautifully remodeled 3,500 square foot home with a gorgeous ocean view. It sold for $13,925,000 before ever hitting the market. Monarch Bay remains one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in all of Orange County because it has its exclusive Monarch Bay Beach Club located on the north end of Salt Creek Beach at Monarch Beach, offering its residents accesses to one of the best beaches here in Orange County. Homes like this often trade off market, which is exactly why working with a locally connected coastal agent really matters. These opportunities rarely appear online. They move through local networks first. Let's jump into the beach cities numbers that matter. Again, we've defined beach cities as Dana Point, San Clemente, San Juan Capistrano, and Laguna Niguel. Over the last 2 weeks, we've seen both supply and demand climb, as well as closings. That's right, active listings grew from 348 homes on the market to 369 available homes if you're out there shopping today. Demand represented by in-escrow properties grew from 160 to 174, and the number of homes that have closed escrow in the previous 30 days grew from 131 to 163. Because of that increase in closings, the month's inventory dropped from 3.6 months on the market to 3.3 months. But how does that compare to this exact week last year? At the same time last year, we had 432 active listings, 182 in-escrow properties, with 159 homes closing in the previous 30 days. So active inventory is down 14.5%. That's a significant tightening in supply while demand remains healthy. Mortgage rates in the last 2 weeks have changed direction, where we had seen a significant reduction in mortgage rates in the last 2 weeks with the Iranian conflict and uncertainties in global markets. Mortgage rates jumped up to end the week last week at 6.41. Thankfully today on Monday, they've dropped down to 6.36. That's the average 30-year mortgage that borrowers today can access. We also have a Federal Reserve meeting this week. However, with the Iranian conflict and the changes in oil prices, we're expecting those two things to raise inflation concerns. And so most likely the Fed is going to sound a little bit more hawkish in this meeting compared to the last several meetings. What could all of this mean for the beach cities market? Well, if mortgage rates continue to rise, we'll likely see a slight softening in demand in the mid and entry-level markets. However, with inventory still lower than last year, we have a significant cushion before we expect to see really any significant change to pricing. At the luxury end, however, rate movement tends to have much less impact on that buyer because most transactions are either cash or associated with private banking relationships where they're insulated a little bit from the shifts in mortgage rates. So barring significant changes, we don't expect much to change on the luxury end. This week's deal of the week is my listing at 34745 Calle Fortuna. This is a single level Capo beach home that has been completely rebuilt in the last year. It's a 10-minute walk to the sand, and the remodel was done with such attention to detail and quality and craftsmanship. If you're looking for a single level home, this is one worth taking a look at. That's this week's Beach Cities Market Update. If you want to stay ahead of real estate in Dana Point, San Clemente, San Juan Capistrano, and Laguna Niguel, make sure to tune in next week as we're going to break down the Fed's meeting and what that means for future mortgage rates.